Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back. Very glad to have you guys. Want to come to you with another update on the Shanquella situation. Apparently, the attorneys for Shanquella, that's representing the family, Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, are supposed to be meeting this week at the White House with the officials there in reference to the Shanquella case, and they're going to try to get the ball rolling as for either extradition or having the jurisdiction moved to the United States, guys. Let's keep our fingers crossed. This video is being made for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes under the Fair Use Act. No copyright infringement is intended.
I just sit back and wait on God, because like I say, she gonna get to us.
Bernard Robinson, father of Shanquella Robinson, expresses his opinion as to how things may proceed with what happened in Cabo, Mexico, to his only daughter, Shanquella Robinson. The family is seeking justice for a situation that happened during a vacation to Cabo that Shanquella and 6 of her friends from college took, and they came home, but Shanquella did not. Her father speaks of the type of child that she was, and that she was not a person to have problems with any of her family or friends.
Something is not adding up right.
At the time of this interview, Mr. Robinson was unaware as to how things really weren't right, because at that time they did not have all the information that came to them later. But it seems that he knew his daughter, and he knew her character, and he knew that she was not the type of person to involve herself in the things that had actually been said went on in Cabo, such as excessive drinking and alcohol poisoning.
I spoke with her Friday evening. She was having dinner. And I never spoke with her.
Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, speaks of her last conversation with her daughter after she had arrived in Cabo for her vacation with her friends. She felt that everything was fine. She found no reason to suspect any issue. But the next phone call that Salamandra received from Khalil Cook, who was also on the trip and supposed to have been Shanquella's best friend, gave her reason for concern.
On Saturday evening, they called and said she wasn't feeling well, and they was gonna call a doctor. But when they called, the doctor hadn't arrived yet, but they said she had alcohol poisoning.
The next phone call that Salamandra Robinson received was the phone call that no parent ever wants to hear. Shanquella's friend, Khalil Cook, was calling to inform her that the doctor had been to the villa to treat Shanquella, but that Shanquella had crossed over, and she had crossed over from alcohol poisoning. Salamandra could only go by what she was being told by Khalil, and being that he was considered Shanquella's best friend, she only could believe what he said because he was actually physically in Cabo at the villa with Shanquella. Apparently, Salamandra did not know any of the other Cabo 6 and was unable to speak with any of them while they were still at the villa in Mexico. The only one that she knew well enough to talk to and receive the information from was Khalil Cook, and he had given her the information that he needed to give her. The next day, after the incident, the group returned back to the United States, where Khalil came to the home and brought the baggage and the bags and the luggage that Shanquella had taken and returned them to her mother. When her family talked to Khalil, they asked who were the other members of the group that had gone to the villa and why had they not come to the home. So the next day, Khalil returned to the home and brought Dejanay Jackson, Winter Donovan to the home, and they spoke with her as well and told her different stories. Prior to their returning back to the United States, Salamandra had received a phone call, and she said that she did not know who it was from, but the person told her that they had been putting paws on Shanquella down at the villa in that hotel room. When she asked the group about this information, they all vehemently denied it and said that they would never do anything like that and they would never allow anything like that to happen to Shanquella, and that what she had heard was totally untrue. But Shanquella's father, Bernard Robinson, did not believe any of it, and he knew his daughter well enough to know that none of that sounded like Shanquella's personality. And he decided that he would have an autopsy done to find out exactly what the truth was down there. In the meantime, after he ordered the autopsy, there was a videotape that surfaced, and it was sent to Shanquella's mother, and it showed Dejanay Jackson actually putting paws on Shanquella. The family had been speaking to Gerald Jackson, no relation to Dejanay, from the NC Beat, saying that he had seen the video and that something had happened to Shanquella in that villa. Shanquella's father gave Gerald Jackson from the NC Beat permission to go on and publish the video and told him that he wanted the video to go viral. He had also spoken with someone in Mexico who had done an autopsy, and they told him that it was not alcohol poisoning. They told Mr. Robinson that Shanquella was crossed over due to access luxation, which is a broken neck and a cracked spine. So he knew that more had went on in that villa than what the Cabo Six was saying.
They attacked her, man. It wasn't no physical, they attacked her, man. I mean, it seemed like my daughter was asleep, man, for all of them to be in that room, and then, they come in there like, I don't know, she woke up or whatever, where it seemed like they attacked her, man. And she naked, man, for a father to see that video, man, because my daughter's not a fighter, man. She's not a fighter, not at all. For them to do what they did, man, it just seemed like it was a plot, because they couldn't have did that over here.
Mr. Robinson felt that this had been planned from the beginning, and from the information that he got, he knew that it was more to the story than what the Cabo Six had been telling. After continuous phone calls to the officials in Mexico trying to get further information with no luck, the family began to do interviews with Gerald Jackson from the NC Beat and with some television stations who they said wanted to censor their content. But Gerald Jackson went on and let them have the forum to speak on it as they chose. When the story was really put out there, other news media decided that they would also pick the story up, and there were several press conferences done by the family. When asked what they feel that they would need in order for them to feel that Shanquella had gotten justice. An interview from her sister at a press conference, Tequila Long, gave this detailed statement.
And doing time in Mexico. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
Can you say anything?
We can't say anything. Yeah, we can't say anything about it, but they're working on it.
Eventually, the family worked in touch with attorney Ben Crump, a famed civil rights attorney who had represented several other cases like this, who decided that he would take on the case and try to bring justice to Shanquella. A second attorney, Shanquella Robinson, made a trip to Mexico and spoke with the medical people who were present, the connoisseurs or the attendant who worked at the villa with the guests. She also spoke to medical personnel who were present at the time of the crossing over, and also she spoke with officials who provided her with documentation of the encounter and with the statements from witnesses who were involved. And also she spoke with Mexican authorities who confirmed for her that Mexico had done their part and they had completed their investigation and closed the case, and that they were waiting for extradition of Dejanay Jackson, who was considered to be the direct aggressor, to be extradited back from the United States to Mexico for interrogation and to be charged with the crossing over. Once the attorney Shanquella Robinson came back to the United States and spoke with Mr. Crump, they decided to go to Washington, D.C. and request a meeting with the President Joe Biden and Anthony Blinken. They held a press conference and requested justice for Shanquella.
Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Justice for Shanquella Robinson.
A cry for help, Shanquella's family says, has gone unanswered. Her sister Quilla Long and mother Salamandra Robinson asking why the suspects have not been arrested.
They had a video that went viral. The whole world seen the video, and there's been no arrest since October the 29th. What kind of system is this?
Family attorney Ben Crump argues Mexican authorities have concluded their homicide investigation and have a warrant. So the only thing left to do is extradition.
If America isn't going to prosecute, let's let the Mexican government prosecute. Let's don't stand in the way, not one day long.
Why is it taking so long? What is going on?
And I think that everybody is in agreement when asking, why is it taking so long and what is going on? It has been alleged that the FBI has opened a case into the matter here in the United States. But so far, the family has received limited information. The attorney Ben Crump and Shanquella Robinson and the family are demanding that the President of the United States Department of Justice and Anthony Blinken step in and try to bring closure and try to bring justice to this family by extraditing Dejanay Jackson back to Mexico for prosecution, or having the United States take jurisdiction over the case and let the United States prosecute the Cabo Six or whoever that they've determined to be involved in the crossing over. But so far, they have not received any confirmation that this would happen. A new date had been set for them to speak with the White House officials, and the meeting is supposed to have taken place the first week of April, which is this week that we are in right now, and today is Tuesday. But so far, there's been no indication that they have met, but it is supposed to be set for this week to try to decide what steps are next and which country will take jurisdiction to hold the Cabo Six accountable for the crossing over of this beautiful young angel. Justice is what the family is asking for. Justice is what the attorneys are asking for. Justice is what the citizens of the United States is asking for. And justice delayed is justice denied. And it's already been 5 months, guys. I have been doing this story since the beginning, and I won't stop until we do find justice for this beautiful angel and allow her family to be able to ease the grieving and also find peace for this beautiful angel and find closure for the family. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate your coming to my channel. And I know that the reason that you do come is because you feel the same way, that you want to have justice for this beautiful young angel, so to allow her to be able to rest in peace, guys. If you're new to the channel, go on and subscribe. All you have to do is tap on that subscribe button. Also, if you like the video, hit the like button and share it with your friends or share it on your social media accounts so others will know how to have access to the stories and the updates as they come about. And I research almost daily, and when I find an update, I bring it right straight to you guys as quickly as I can. So share the video. Also, tap on the notification bell if you want the updates immediately. And always leave me a comment in the comment section. Much love to you guys. Thank you now again. Smooches to you.